Hello everyone, Steam Constructions here. Welcome back to Project Edrig. And this time, we're building something rather special for Connie. A brand new shunting tender. Now, some of you might be wondering why I didn't just go out and buy a ready-made tender. Something like a Mammon Telford, a Roundhouse basic tender, or one of the other green ones already on the market. Now, that is a valid question, but I've got a few good reasons for why I'm going with my own approach. First off is the colour. The ready-made tenders, they come in green. They just wouldn't match. It would look a bit kind of like, you want to say patchworky, but it would just look wrong. It would be a bit like taking, say, Lady of Legend and putting Jonathan's tender behind it. A better example, putting a 14XX with Flying Scotsman's tender, like with a Brunswick green tender. Second is both the Telford and Roundhouse tenders are far too light. As you've probably seen in some of my videos, the tenders derail at the slightest track jolt, as do some of the full scale tenders, like if they're a bit too light, say on the Festiniog. I've not seen any Festiniog tenders derail, but I'm just using that as an example because they're very light, because they're so small. And I need something with a bit of weight to it, something that'll run behind her properly and handle all kinds of track, because she will be going on all kinds of track. She's not only going to be running on SESR metals, she's going to be running at the Farmer Model Club when that layout's finished, which will probably be Mammoth brand track, but every layout is different, and also maybe some railways abroad. We plan to go to America at some point after all the unpleasantness is over, mind you, and hopefully go to the, I think it's called annual Steam Up. Anyway, yeah, so we need something that'll run properly behind her and not just look nice. And finally, the Telford's tender has an open end towards the footplate, which means coal can easily slide right out and onto the track. And that's just not ideal. And it's dangerous as well, because if a bit of coal gets underneath the tender, that means derailment. If you want a closer look at the Telford tender and the Roundhouse basic tender, here are Jonathan and Jenny Caroline's tenders next to each other, along with Connie's. Another reason is that both Telford tender and the Roundhouse basic tender are quite awkward if you're trying to shovel coal out of it, because you would have to shovel from the front when shoveling from Telford tender, and you wouldn't get as much in every scoop. And yeah, that's just not ideal if you want the safety valves to lift. You want to be able to shovel coal quickly. You don't want to have to scoop it out and then shovel it in, especially if you've got the firebox door open. And I even think that in the basic tender, it's pretty much impossible because there's no hole at the front, so you just have to scoop it out from like the top, which would make it even harder. So that's just not good. That's just not gonna work. Another big reason, I just like building the trucks myself, as you guys probably know already. Lets me put my own little spin on things and make something unique that fits Connie's character. Because I think it fits her pretty well. I've not seen her run yet, but I think that it fits her personality. What I've seen on the video that Anything Narrow Gauge sent me when I first bought her. And conveniently, I had this Woodleigh Engineering truck kit just lying around from the NGRS, National Garden Railway Show. If you guys remember that one from my NGRS haul video. So I thought, why not just use it? The plan is to convert it into a proper shunting tender, compact and coal only, and built tough. It'll have a roundhouse buffer on one end, so it can couple up to Connie's trucks, and a chopper coupler on the other side to connect to Connie. Now, if she's running on, say, a G-scale railway, like say if we, by the grace of God, get clearance to run on something like the G-scale layout, which I've already been told is damn near impossible because she's coal-fired, she'll be running without a tender. However, when we do run her at the railway show, and I say when, not if, because there are always ways around it. If worst comes to worst, I'll just have to use sawdust or compacted sawdust. And there's no way in hell that I'm not going to let Connie run, even if that means a lot of smoke. It will most likely be on the Steamtronics layout because she will probably be, I want to say, probably the most popular because one, she runs on coal or wood pellets when she's at the railway show, and she's got a whistle too, and also she's got a water injector as well. Kind of. But with pellets that burn up so quickly, we'll need a lot of shoveling. So hopefully at that point, we'll have a fireman who will take care of the fire and her water as well whilst I'm driving. Not certain though, but hopefully. But more about that in another video. So who knows, maybe if she does run at the railway show, you might see her in the sidings with a tender full of wood pellets. I decided to start work on it one late night. I couldn't sleep, so I thought, I'll just build the thing. Basically tried to speedrun the tender build. Never a good idea. It took exactly 57 minutes and 47 seconds to complete, which I was quite proud, but at one point I slipped. So please enjoy a time lapse of building the tender. And it all fell apart when the glue was meant to be dry. I had waited like 5 minutes and it said like that it dried in 3 minutes, but that wasn't the case. So it would have been about 20 minutes quicker if that hadn't happened. Yep, that's model engineering for you. Doesn't go perfectly, does it? But eventually we got there. We got the tender finished and looking brilliant. A few days later, once everything had dried and everything was finished, we took it out in the middle of the night to test it. The rain was pouring and it was pretty miserable. We started off in the sidings with Sofie, our number 2. She started by shunting the tender gently. Everything was fine until we got to the first set of points. Right, let's test this out then. Son of a... What's happened there then? Turns out the flanges were too short, so I've ordered some new wheels and hopefully it should fix it. So we're going for the wagon standardization process and fit Pinachet sticks, just like I did in rail reparations, as you can see here. As I said, it's standard practice on our trucks. It increases the overall weight and improves running efficiency, and they run quieter as well. For a tender, smooth running is absolutely essential, especially when it's sitting right behind a coal-fired locomotive like Connie. About a month later, parts arrived, and I quickly emptied out all of the fake coal that was in the tender into another truck, along with the nameplates and number plates. Then I took it out to the workshop. Here is the modification process from start to finish. A full time lapse of the tender getting its new wheels. Enjoy.
I know where we can go. I know where we can go. And it's all you and me. We'll kiss the sky goodnight. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. I know where we can go, where the sunrise lasts forever, and it's all you and me. We'll kiss the sky goodnight. Come get lost with me. 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 Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. We'll kiss the sky goodnight.
Right, so it's now the day after, and as you can see, everything's dried. So, time for a moment of truth. Oh. Time to turn it over. Looking good. Look at those wheels. So what's going to happen now, guys, is I'm going to fill it up with coal. I'm going to smash up some lumps of coal that I've collected throughout the years, probably with a hammer like that. And I'm going to dump it into this tender, and I'm going to have like a shovel, so I can like shovel it out. But now, guys, we're going to take it out on the track and test it. Right, so here we are out on the Taliason, and as you can see, it's a bloody ice rink. Got some hot water here. I'm just pouring that over. My hands are shaking because it's bloody cold. Right, so here we are, and here's the truck, or Connie's tender truck. Out on the railway, it's currently freezing, and yeah, I'm only in a t-shirt and shorts. I know, I'm a madman, but whatever. Here's Sofie. She's probably hating every minute of being out here at the moment. And the tracks are bumpy, as I'll demonstrate right now. So if... yeah. And slippery too, so if the tender comes off, that's not because it's built wrong, it's just because it's unfortunate that we're out. Okay, up. Yeah, that's pretty much the test. It made it over the points without derailing. So yeah, that's the first test. Might do another test, but I'm not sure. I'll be back when we're back inside. It's now the day after the first test run. Well, the night after. It's what, 5 in the afternoon now? And yeah, the wagon did very well last night. And so I thought we'd give it another test run today. Or tonight. It's, as you can see, it's pitch black. So I thought I'd give it its headlamp. Its official headlamp to go on it. So, with its new headlamp, let's go and take it out for its third and hopefully last test run. So here we are, out on the SSR mainline again. This will be a rather quick test run because it's pouring it down and the tracks are still icy. See if the puts to set, yep. So let's see here. Truck, this is representing Connie because she's not here. This is representing her weight because it weighs pretty much the same as her. And we've got Sofie at the back here for power. We're now going to be shunting this tender first. So off we go. That's a good sign. That was Sofie that came off and not the truck. So let's oh. I'm struggling a bit today, but it should be alright now, I think. Oh wait, hold on. The tender coupling is good. And oh, it's nothing to do with the tender anyway. This part might be a bit problematic. Works very well. The tender goes very quietly. I'm very pleased about that because some tenders they just shake like mad. I've both worked on and seen engines with tenders which have absolutely god awful shake to them. Right, put them into the siding, make it. Very good. I'm pleased to say Connie's tender passed the test. Now let's try it being shunted. That might be a little bit different. Yep. And the best. Let's give it like, I don't know, 1 or 2 laps. It's already passed either way, even if it does derail right now. I'm just doing this just to make sure. She's as sweet as you like. Right, so I don't know what happened there. It's nothing to do with the tender. Tender is fine. It's probably just because there's, yeah, as you can see, there's some ice on the track bed. Just shunt and just careful not to call buffer lock, because it's a very real threat on these ones. I've been told many times to get rid of these buffers, but I don't see why I should, because buffer lock isn't that the full scale ones suffer with too, and I don't see anyone trying to convince them to replace the traditional buffers with choppy chop ones. Oh, okay. Why did it stop there? Oh, it's because of the leaf. Ah, I see. That test proved successful, and now we'll take all of this stuff inside and I'll give you my final thoughts before we end the video. Right, so she might have passed all of her mechanical tests, say like wheels and stuff, but she's not been behind a steam engine before. So here's Zoe, and this is Connie's cousin. And I thought, well, whilst Connie's not here, I thought, why not go with the next best thing, because Connie's about the same size, weight and speed as Zoe here, so I thought, let's just give her a run. As you can see, it is a bit icy out today, but yeah, that'll hopefully soon melt. So yeah, fourth time, well, first time's the charm, I guess. So let's get her fired up and we'll be back when she's in steam. And here we are, guys, out on the line. So that's tests for Zoe, because Zoe's the same weight and approximate length as Connie. Got the coal truck behind her. And yeah, let's get going. Hit me anyway. Right, so off we go. Come on. You can do it, Zoe. Come on. They did it. Whoa, Zoe. Calm down a bit. Well, not only is this a test run for our newest engine, but it's also start of a new era. Our engines won't need bankers anymore. And also, don't worry about the shake, guys, on Connie's tender, because that's just ice on the track. Yeah, though, you're taking good care of your cousin's tender there. I just said that she sped up. Ah, perfect. You can hear in my voice in these clips that I was very happy. It's frosty out, and yeah, I love every minute of this. Whoa. Right, so she's now running a bit low on gas, I think. So, points set, points also set. In you go, Zoe, in you go. Oh. Right, so she's now back in the sidings, and yeah, let's take her back inside. So we're now back in from the test run, and I'm pleased to announce that it finally went well. Time is the charm. The tender truck did very well, went over the points very well. No derailments like the first two times. And yeah, that's a massive relief. And these wheels are the reason for that. As you can see, they kind of look like craft wheels, but they're from Brandbright. Proper flanges, so no more unexpected derailments, and also metal, so that's a massive improvement. You'll also notice the coal's placed in the tender already. But before this goes into full service, the coal will be grinded up a bit. So they'll be a bit smaller. Let's say maybe just a bit smaller than this. the fire hole door's only as wide as this, so about 2 inches. That'll make firing a lot easier. And the headlamp here is inspired by the NSB headlamps, as you've seen many times on this channel. It just fits it perfectly, and it's removable too. So if you want like a headboard on it or a different headlamp, you can do that too. So yeah, guys, this is another huge step forwards in Project Edrig. I'm very pleased with this, both as Connie's driver and Project Edrig leader. And yeah, we're one step closer to getting Connie back in Steam and in full service. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it for this video. And yeah, I do hope you've enjoyed this episode of Project Edrig, of the construction of the tender. In the next episode, guys, we'll be talking about advertisement. And yes, I have done quite a bit of advertisement for this project. I'm just going to say now that I've done quite a bit of advertisement and spreading the word at Bergen Railway Show, as you can see here. And I've also spread the word other places online too, such as Reddit, but more about that in the next video. So yeah, next episode is about advertisement, promotions, yeah, stuff like that, basically. Lastly, guys, whilst I was editing this video, I bought a few things from light railway stores. Those things being metal plates. The first one that I got was the tender's build plate. Unfortunately, there's not a photo of it because it's not been etched out yet, but I'll post it in an upcoming video, or in probably video in about 8 weeks when it's been made. The next one is an SESR plate to go on the side of the tender. So say if the tender gets misplaced somewhere, like in a yard somewhere, then all we have to do is just look on the side of the tender and we'll see which one's ours. Unfortunately, there's not a photo of that one either. Last of all, guys, there's an open and shut plate that I've bought to go inside the cab or on the footplate. Probably on the side of the boiler or on the inside of the cab wall. Now, that sign serves a very simple purpose, showing what way the valve gets turned. And that plate you can see right here. And as I said before, it's inspired by this photo, which is for a regulator, and this one, which I believe is on a Stania tender or a BR tender. I'm not sure. One of those two. So yeah, look forward to seeing that on Connie very soon. Well, when she arrives here this spring. So have a shovel and skillet headboard coming soon. The shovel and skillet is basically the dinner train that Connie will be taking. It's kind of like the Donny Deck film, but dinner train. Inspired, of course, by our very own dinner train on the Voss line, which is unnamed. Well, I guess it's called Skumringstårg, which is Twilight Train or something like that. So that, yeah, that's where I got the inspiration for that headboard from. And that headboard you can see right here. So that'll be really fun. By the time this video releases, I'll probably be writing the script for that. So hopefully that should be out. Hopefully by the start of December. So yeah, guys, that's going to be for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. This is Steam Truck Productions signing off. Bye, guys.